Hi everyone, this is Rayon Paper, and I know what you're thinking. Really, Ru, another Journalsay unboxing? I feel like you've just done the last one. I feel the same way. Part of me is still thinking that when Journalsay reached out to me so soon, it was kind of a mistake, maybe? I don't know. But Journalsay asked if I wanted to have another little shopping session with them. And I chose all of the products in this box. So yeah, thank you, Journalsay, for sending this my way. I have not used all of the products from the last box yet, but I am definitely using them and enjoying them a lot. So I am super excited to dive into this. I'm just going to open up the box, try and not knock over my camera, and just kind of sort the items a little bit by category, by type, and I'll be right back. Okay, the chaos has been unpacked. I have everything to the left of me in neat little stacks. Just before we start, I do want to thank all of you who have used my affiliate code for Journalsay while making a purchase over the last month or so. I hope you're enjoying all of the goodies that you got, and thank you so much for choosing to use my code. I was really surprised by the amount of people who did so, and I'm very, very grateful. Like last time, I will link all of the product listings in the description. Sometimes the descriptor of the link will be a little bit short and cryptic. That is because with a lot of links, you quite easily get to the maximum size for the description box. So sometimes I'll just have to be a little bit cryptic with the descriptions. And if you wanted to grab something for yourself and want a discount code, I will link that one in the description as well. I have my piece of white printer paper because that just makes it a little bit easier to see than my rather dark table. And we're going to start with these stickers, these very cute stickers. They're called Dream Job. And I have chosen 2 of this set. I think there were around 5 or something. I have the diver and the, what do we call it? It's not like maybe it's like an ecologist or something. I don't know. We have, let's open this one up. So this one has a rather cutesy style of decoration, and we have it's kind of based around different professions, jobs. That's why it's called Dream Job. And this one is nature themed. So I don't know, we have butterflies, we have a microscope, but also just some cute decoration, like this lantern or this jar. Yeah, these are 2 stickers. Very cute, lovely to make one big spread with in a journal or planner. I feel like there's one behind. No, that's just part of this one. So we've got some characters, and the characters are the elements that look like the most cutesy, with the animals as well, probably. Whereas the nature looks a little bit more watercolory. Lovely, lovely decoration. And this one, let me just open that one up as well, because it's just as cute. So this one is marine themed. So we get a diver, another diver, a cute ray, tiny manta ray, maybe? We've got this submarine, a boat with a diver, or no, it's not a diver, it's just someone on a boat. Oh, this fishing boat, or like this ship, is so nice. I love these colors. I always have this weird thing with all things marine themed. I don't have like any special connection to the sea. I didn't grow up near the sea. I find the ocean quite scary sometimes, to be honest. But everything marine themed is always so cute and it has such a nice color palette. I don't know, that still makes me really like gravitate towards these kinds of stickers. They're so beautiful. Then next we have these two, and these two are sort of this patchwork style that seems to be very popular lately. And I think I'm just going to open up this one. Which has like patchwork animals. And these are just the cutest. They are kind of autumnal in like with the little leaves and the autumn colors, but that's fine. We are getting closer to autumn. And these are just so cute. They're not too big, which I like. And you only get one of each. And then the other packet has flowers. So flowers with a sort of patchwork pattern. Then I have a set of stickers that has boys and girls with sunflowers. So back from the autumn stationery, we are back into summer stationery. Or at least that's what I associate sunflowers with. So we've got these wonderful girls and guys with sunflowers. And some separate sunflowers as well, just for extra decoration. This is probably my favorite sticker, the one in the center. Just so dreamy. Then I want to take a look at this tape, and I'm just going to take the packaging off without like hurting your ears. So this is a PET tape, a really thick one, like a really long one basically, which makes for a thick roll. And it has these gorgeous flowers. You do have to cut these out yourself, which I don't mind. I find that quite meditative to do. But look at these colors. Aren't these just the most beautiful? It has that typical smell of like, I don't know whether that's the ink sort of with which it is printed or the glue. I think it's the glue. But I really don't like that smell. But I've also come to associate it with like Happy Meal and nice BT tapes. So I do kind of like it now. So yeah, the loop is, let's see how long the loop is. What do we get as a reference point? I think the first one is like, it has 3 smaller flowers on the side. Let's try and find that. Wait, how is that possible? Have I missed something? Or is this a huge loop? Oh, no, there it is. No, that's not the one. I am so confused. Okay, so there it is. Yeah, that's the same one. This loop is huge. That's like easily 1.5 meters or something. But yeah, the designs do look quite similar. Then, if you watched the last unboxing, you may remember that I got a box of stickers that were all summer themed. Back then, I resisted the temptation to get the full set, but now that I got the opportunity to do another round of shopping, I decided I did actually want the 3 other ones. So we've got spring, autumn, and winter. I'm just going to open up the autumn one because I love autumn. Looks like they're a bit scrambled, but these have 100 sheets of stickers, all loosely themed around autumn. So yeah, let's just take the pile that was kind of loose on top. We got all kinds of designs. The style is kind of the same for all of them. And they all have that sort of autumn color palette. Just, oh, I love autumn so much. Why does it always feel like spring and autumn are so much shorter than summer and winter? Like winter and summer feel like they go on for ages. And then autumn feels like 2 weeks. Okay, so these are all like your typical like orangey color palette. But then we also get like some greens. I feel like there's kind of a whole rainbow going on. At least that's the way it was with these summer ones. So yeah, with some of them, you'll see that they have sort of added a kind of color filter on top. Like I don't think all of these would look as green maybe. Although they kind of do. Oh my god, the cat. Look at the cat. There is... Sorry, it's me with my cats again. There is a cat sleeping on a little blanket. And I like these a lot. What I really like about these stickers, and I feel like I said that the last time as well, is that these are a bit smaller. So like a lot of the stickers in this similar style that you can get online, for example, like the ones that I get from London Gifties, they make for beautiful big centerpieces because they are quite large, which I often really like because that just makes for easy decoration. Just smack one big sticker on the page, do some writing, and you're done. But sometimes, you know, you need more functional space on your page and you just want to have some smaller decoration. Like, for example, on a monthly calendar or a weekly page. And then these come in super handy. So yeah, these come with 100 sheets of... Wait, I'm not even in a frame. These come with 100 sheets of autumn-themed stickers. And then we have this one, which has a ton of spring stickers. The box is very pink, but the stickers aren't all pink. Like I see a lot of green, yellow, red, pink. So there's bound to be a lot in there. You can basically see... Well, you can see part of them here. That's definitely not all of them. And then we have the winter ones. I like confession time, I like winter stationery much more than I like winter. Like winter stationery always looks so cozy, while winter is just grey and cold here. Like we often don't even get snow. We just get cold and nasty. We get nasty. That came out wrong. Sorry. All right. What is next? Florals. Let's talk about florals. I have florals. And because I have no chill, and I couldn't decide, I kind of got the whole set. So all 6 of these. If you just want one, you can buy just one, but you can also buy the whole set like I did. Well, except I didn't have to pay for these myself, so that may definitely influence your decision. I think this one is speaking to me the most. I'm gonna open this one up. So this series listing is called Flower Story, and this specific set is called Sweet Flowers. So these are like the kind of wildflowery ones. Okay, so you get 2 of each. That's always nice. That makes me at least use the first one more easily, because I tend to be really precious with things and not use them. Although I've definitely gotten better at that, which may have to do with the amount of things that I have accumulated, but I'm getting better at actually using them and not feeling too precious. So yeah, there is 8 designs and you get 2 of each in these. So if you want to just decorate a few pages with these, you could easily do that with one of these packets. And they have lovely colors. So the colors are a bit different between these sets. This one is a bit more vintage looking and it has roses. This one has, what are they called again? Are these poppies? I think they may be. And it's soft pastel colors. These are definitely more blue, purple heavy, yellow and purple with, I spot some lavender. And then we have these soft pastels. We've got some pinks, some purples, some blues. These are lovely. And then let's actually take a look at this one. I'm very curious to see how these look and feel. These are background paper, basically decorative papers, in a sort of orangey, corally, neutral palette. And the thing I'm most curious about with this one is the quality of the print. Okay, that looks nice. Yes. Oh, and these are nice and thin. These are very thin. I love that. I may be repeating myself here again, but a lot of decorative papers that I found, for example, in local craft stores are beautiful, but then they often are very thick, up to 200 GSM sometimes. But if you have a planner or a journal with lots of pages, that is not really ideal to use because it will bulk it up very, very quickly. With these are probably I'm gonna say 60 GSM or something. Does it say on the package? It does not, I think. I mean, it's not like I can read Chinese, but Mandarin Chinese. But I mean, I can read, what are those called? Numbers. Wow. So yeah, lovely, lovely patterns. Very cute. Very cute. Oh, this one's beautiful. This one's also beautiful. Yes, I love these. I do think that they may be a little too thin to write on. At least, well, you can probably write on them with ballpoint just fine, or with pencil. But I feel like fountain pen is gonna bleed through and feather like crazy, but that's okay. Not everything needs to be written on. And with these, there were also other patterns available, but I don't use pattern papers that much, so I figured I would just kind of behave and just get one. However, in terms of paper, we do have these. And I'm gonna open up this one. So I said paper, but these are stickers, except they are, wait, They have more packaging. Oh gosh. What's going on? So these are stickers, but they are made of paper. However, with each of the designs, you don't get the same sticker twice exactly, but you get the same design printed on two types of, I want to say paper. Is this? I'm not sure. Is this washi or PT? Does it say? Okay, yeah. So this is like regular like writing paper, which is quite thick, a bit like, well, it's not cardstock, but like thicker paper. And these are washi paper. So these are very thin, more see-through. These are opaque. And I think I prefer the washi ones. So these are all just lovely patterns in sort of roughly the same color palette. I love these music notes. We've got some cute apples. We've got like almost wallpaper pattern. These are lovely. And there's so many of them. So many. Very cute. So yeah, some of these are just like strips of like a washi tape, and you can just like put them in the corner of maybe a photograph, or just use them as tiny dividers. Anything you'd use washi tape for, these would be great for as well. Well, in terms of in a book, maybe not for like, I don't know, sealing a package, because these are quite small. But yeah, just lovely, lovely designs. These are all a bit like gray toned. And then we have these blue toned ones, like a light blue. And then these are more like browns, sand colors. Just, I think these have the most like color variety, but they're all a bit more vintage looking. And I thought these three would be the like colors that I would probably use the most. All right, then we have this booklet. It's called Autumn Scenery, All Universe, All Things Series sticker book. And it has 200 stickers themed around autumn. So these are PT stickers, and they're in this booklet. So basically, these are just sheets of stickers glued into a booklet. So what you can do, and what I probably will do, is just carefully like rip out the sheets, because I find it easier to look at them like separately, because this way you can see much more easily what is on this sheet than with the booklet, because all of the like sheets behind it show through. I'm not gonna rip all of them out right now, but I did want to take a look at this one, which has these lovely rectangles, almost like stamps, except they don't have like the stamp edges. Very cute. Do we have another one that stands out? Yes, this one that says spring, even though this was an autumn themed book. There's also some more like vintagey style. I mean, not all of them I would actually consider autumn stickers, but I think color-wise they do all fit in really well. There's a lovely key. Just some random elements as well, like some circles. Obviously some mushrooms. lots and lots of lovely autumn stickers. Then also in that sort of slightly vintage category, I have 3 tapes, PET tapes, with some Kiss Cut elements. This one has journal clips, all kinds of different clips. This one has scissors, and this one has keys. And I'm going to open up the one with the keys to show you. This was a bit of a battle to get open, but here we are. Yeah, and we lost one key and one lock in the process of opening this one up. So F's in the chat for the locks and the keys. Really cute designs, just very nice decoration, not necessarily on its own, but to use in a collage, this would be lovely. A lot shorter, this loop, than the PT tape that we looked at the beginning. It almost fits on this piece of paper, so that would be around 30 centimeters. But the good news is these are Kiss Cut, so a lot easier to use. Then we have these stickers, and these are the feathers fall and the sky rises. And this one has a really good combination of these sort of abstract, inky, marbled ink splotches and feathers. And I thought these were so nice. The dark feathers have that almost raven Halloween look to them. And then there's not that much of these ink splotches, but I think those are very nice to just add a splash of color. I think all of the feathers are unique, even though most of them look very similar, but I don't think there are any exact duplicates in here. I think he also had these in different colors, which you will find like with the listing in the description, but these were the ones that spoke to me the most. Then we have 2 sets from different listings, but they are both themed around cats. This one is called Countryside Cat, and this one is called Pets in Life. I've opened up both of these because they are very different, so just to give you an idea what these look like. So this one has 2 of each design, and they are themed around cats, but not all of them are necessarily a cat sticker, even though there are quite a few. Oh my god, the little cat playing with these light bulbs, or like fairy lights. Cat food. Cat bed. Some girls as well. Just some room decor. And then these two kind of bigger stickers with a cat looking out of the window. And then the other one is themed around black cats. I mean, it literally says black cat. And these have kind of, not all of these have the like exact same style, I feel like. This one is way more cutesy, whereas this one isn't. I love the one with the moon though, that looks so nice. I really like black cats, by the way, even though we don't have a black cat. And no, we are not getting a fourth cat. So yeah, black cats, a street lamp, more black cats. You get the idea. There's black cats in here. So this one has a lot more cats and less other items. And most of these stickers are a little bit bigger than the beige ones. Suddenly it's very sunny, so I hope the lighting, wow. I hope the lighting didn't change too much. I have some Halloween themed stickers. Well, kind of in that area. This one's called, or the set is called Abandoned City. And does this one also have a name? Probably, but I probably can't read it. So I'm just going to open up the coolest one. Or, well, at least the one I think is the coolest. These are like all very dark, Halloween-y, kind of magical. There's bats, there's skulls, there's potions. There's these sort of, I don't know, kind of cabinets and a fireplace. These are very dramatic, but I think they would make for awesome Halloween decoration. And some of these are like very big. Like this one is like the size of the palm of my hand. So these would make for like a great like cover page decoration, like bam in the middle, and then maybe like October above it or below it, and this one as well. And then the other one is more green themed. Green, it has like greens and purples. That's like a castle, some flowers, like dark flowers. I feel like there's no end to this stash, but we are still making good progress. This one I think is very cool, and like all of the stickers from this listing were quite different, but I like these the best. And the idea is that they're illustrations, but they're kind of arranged in a bit of a creative or weird way. And I think that's very cool. So you also had one that looks like a jigsaw puzzle. And I can't really remember the other ones, but I thought this one was the nicest. Okay, I think this one, yeah, is supposed to go diagonally. Do I have an idea where I would use these? No, but I still think they look cool and they have a cool color palette. I do think they would make for cool decoration, like in the Hobonichi weeks, for example, just on the right-hand page. But they would take up quite a lot of space in that situation. So I'm not really sure yet, but especially like, for example, like a diagonal sticker like this one, that just looks really cool. Then we have another set, And another situation where I think I got all of them. Maybe there's one that I didn't get, but these are called the Street Walk series. We've got Twilight and Evening Wind, Green Small Town, Yellow South France, Grey Blue and Rainy Season, and Street Scene at Night. And I think the one that I want to open up is this one, the Rainy Season. Because this one just looks so cozy. And these are a fair bit bigger than I expected, I'll admit. Oh my gosh, this one looks like it's straight out of an anime series. Some of these also have that kind of urban sketching feel. And the one thing that I always wonder with these is that it's just kind of hard to tell if there was AI involved, because the whole thing about urban sketching is that you do it kind of quickly and not too precise. So there will sometimes be things that just look a little weird, but that can also be because you use generative AI to create it. So I found a little hard with these types of stickers to judge that. So yeah, this is one of those cases where it's for me, it's the benefit of the doubt, and I really like how these look. So this was the Rainy Season, and then the Twilight and Evening Wind has also kind of urban scenes with street lamps and houses, but it's more at twilight, obviously, and it's not rainy. And we've got the Green Small Town, which has some more. It does have some urban scenes, but there's also a little bit more greenery. The Yellow South France one has this more Southern European look and feel, with indeed a bit more yellow. And then there's the Street Scene at Night with just more nighttime scenes. It's quite similar to the rainy one, except this one is a little bit more dark and a little bit less rain. There may have been a more spring-themed one, maybe, but I'm not sure. I feel like there was one that I didn't get, but it was also quite a while ago that I placed the order, so I may just be forgetting things. And then we've got this one. This is 3 sheets of sort of small collage pieces. Well, not really collages, but vintagey looking. I don't know. How do I describe this? I'll just show you. They fit exactly onto the page. So yeah, it's like labels out, cutouts from books, from journals. It's all nature themed. There's insects, there's plants, and I just feel like these have a really nice soft color palette. They would make for a lovely combination with, for example, these keys, or the scissors from the PT tape. So these are nice. These are nice and thin as well. You don't get any duplicates, but they do look quite similar. It would be really nice to make some collages with these. Then we have 2 tiny sets of washi tape. Well, as in the boxes feel tiny. I mean, it's still a couple of designs per box. So each of these have 5 designs, and let me just open them up. These are kind of complementary. These are all neutral, very neutral colors with just some simple patterns. They don't come with a lot of washi on one roll, if I can get one out. Like you can see here, there is not much washi on this roll, but that's actually great because sometimes you just, want to go for a variety of textures, patterns, colors, and it's not really a roll that you immediately need 10 meters of. Sometimes, 1 meter is enough, or 2. I don't know how much is on here. 2 meters. So you get 2 meters of each design. And I feel like for designs like these, that is enough. And that is just, these are always lovely to use. Then we have another set. And these are, again, that sort of kind of urban sketching look. And I feel like the one I want to show you is the green one called Green Shade Light Shadow. Oh my gosh, this one is so beautiful. And this one as well with the hydrangeas. I love hydrangeas. We planted hydrangeas in our garden this spring. So far, they kind of still seem to be a little bit in shock from being planted in new soil, but they are starting to make new leaves. So I think next year they look quite nice. So yeah, I really like the style of these, even though they are less detailed and less like watercolory than some of the other designs that we've previously seen. These are more sketchy, like not sketchy as in dodgy, but more like they were sketched, like the drawing style. But yeah, these are such lovely, warm, vibrant colors. So this one is like urban scenes with lots of greenery. Then we've got a rain one that is very lovely as well, which has like all kinds of urban scenery during the rain. There's a lovely one with like crossroads and people walking with umbrellas. Then we have a spring one with, lots of pink, lots of blossom. And we have a seaside one, which is super summery, great for summer decoration. And that has just lots of seaside sun. Try and say that 3 times fast. We are almost through all of the things that I wanted to show you. There's just a couple more. And I'm only now seeing that this piece of paper seems to be horribly out of focus. So I hope the rest of the video is okay. These are called handmade wood chip. And these are really cute. They are basically just like a slab of a wood from a tree decorated with plants, flowers and ferns mostly. You've got some bigger ones, some smaller ones. Not really a decorative item that I would see myself using time and time again. But this way you have 10 stickers. That is definitely something that I can use up. And they are really, really cute. There were a couple of different ones from these as well. So if you were like, oh, I wish they had one with like different plans, definitely check out the listing. Then this is also one that I just got one from, and I love this color palette. It's called Pastoral Haze. And okay, so these are printed. You get 2 of each design. And these are printed a little less vibrantly than I had expected, based on the vibrancy of like the front, like the packaging. But they are still very lovely. I don't know what it is, but I like all of these hanging plants. I have quite a few. Wait, why is this upside down? Stickers with like hanging plants, and I use them all the time. Same with like these rows of pots. Those make me just very happy. This one has a moon as well. What I like most about these is that they just go really well like together. They have a very cohesive color palette. And even though they are very colorful, they have lots of different colors. They don't have one like dominant color. They still like feel very balanced. And this. So quite a few designs, quite different designs as well. You've got this like window, you've got some separate like hanging plants and like rows of plants, and then there's this lantern, the birdhouse, this arch. So quite varied as well. And then there's just too more to go. We've got these, which is called Spring Flower House, Forest Flower Shop, and Beach House. And let's take a look at the beach ones. Look at this lovely, lovely decoration on this card. I always feel bad throwing these like packaging parts away because they often have the most lovely decorations, but they're also like very thick cardstock, so not ideal for in my planner. Okay, so again, you get 2 of each design, and these are a lot smaller, these stickers, which is quite nice. That makes for some different decorating opportunities. And these are all very, very summery. They are like beach themed. We've got some cliffs. We've got the sea. We've got some things that are not immediately beach themed, but still have that same sort of blue and white color palette. This one's particularly beautiful. Some bigger stickers, some smaller stickers. Very, very nice. And then the other ones, this one has a kind of these are all houses with lots of greenery, kind of a cottage feel, cottage core. And then these are like all flower shops. So these are 15 kinds of shops surrounded by all kinds of flowers. But I particularly like this beach one. I don't know what it is, but I always like the look of these lighthouses. Lighthouses are just so cool. This is a very random thought, but if you're not in the Netherlands, will you let me know whether there was also like a time period, like, I don't know, 15 years ago, where basically everyone decorated their bathroom in sort of a beach theme. So everyone had like those same seagull decorations, like lifeguard things, shells, little ships, what are these called? Lighthouses, like all kinds of beach themed decoration for your bathroom. I feel like 15 years ago, basically everyone had that, and it's not as common anymore, but I don't know, it always makes me feel nostalgic. And then lastly, we have these. So this is the Return to Winter set. Return to Nature. And I have the winter one and one that, I don't know, is it springtime, summertime? It's green and it has blue skies. And these are more like rectangular landscapey scenes. And they have super vibrant colors, very lovely. Yeah, so these have duplicates as well. And I feel like they're a little bit mixed up from being inside the package, but these have duplicates. And there's like so many of these. There is a ton. So yeah, we've got all of these ones that have more greenery going on. And then these are more wintry, which feels weird filming this in summer, but I know that in winter I'll be very happy to use these. Wait, this one's upside down. Yeah. So just lots of lovely, snowy and cold looking places. So yeah, with these you get a lot because look at this stack. Like this is quite a thick pack of stickers. Does it say on the packaging? So there is 24 designs times 2. So each pack comes with 48. Why do I always mix that up? Each pack comes with 48 stickers, which is quite a lot. So yeah, definitely makes it easier to actually use them and not hoard them. And these are lovely. So yeah, lots and lots of things that we unboxed. I'm now realizing that I didn't take a picture of the stack before I started unboxing. So I'll have to come up with something for the thumbnail. Anyway, this is already a really, really long video, so I'm just going to thank you now for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you don't ever feel pressured into buying anything. You can just enjoy it through your screen. If you do want to look something up for yourself or just, want to have a better look at some of the illustrations or anything, then feel free to check out the links in the description. And I hope to see you in the next video. Take care, have a wonderful day, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye!